For so many years, Lada 4x4 was a symbol of men's preference for brutal power and simplicity in off-roading car, the apotheosis of aesthetic four-wheel drive. It all changed on the day when AvtoVAZ suddenly announced its decision to once again modify the existing model, which has come off the production lines in Togliatti for the last 38 years. So what was the reason behind the decision to modernize the car, and which became controversial among the most devoted NIVA fans?
First, with Lada 4x4, we have a Russian icon. With the new version, Lada 4x4 Urban, we are creating a vehicle that will attract a different customer group. So we're mainly focusing on people that don't drive today's 4x4. Secondly, focusing on females. The changes are integrated bumpers, new interesting colors, new interior, larger wheels, and a modern front and a modern rear.
The mass production of Lada 4x4 Urban will commence on the 1st October 2014. The paintwork will be done by AvtoVAZ using Lada Priora lines and assembly by the Presavis Auto, which is subsidiary of AvtoVAZ. Each year's target is set to be 5,000 cars. In the remaining months of 2014, AvtoVAZ is planning to produce 1,000 cars. It's worth mentioning that the base model of the Lada 4x4 will still be produced in the same volume as it's now. It looks like Urban is targeting consumers who prefer to drive four-wheel drive vehicles in the city regardless of the season. What are the main changes in this edition of Lada 4x4? The most noticeable ones are in the exterior of the car.
Well, the car you know is probably the oldest car in our portfolio. It's a very successful car, it's been selling very well for a number of years. But we looked at the portfolio in general and said, okay, how can we change the perception of some of these vehicles? I mean, the 4x4 is all about utility, it's about the functionality. But if you look at the actual urban environments, 4x4s are sold very heavily today and are sort of one of the increasing trends in the urban environment. And we said, it's such a classical car, it's such an iconic car for us, why shouldn't we create an urban version which then go into the cities? So if you look at it, we gave it an urban look, we lowered the car, we put some slightly bigger wheels on. It still has the four-road functionality, but of course in the city you don't need to go into the pure off-road environment. And we gave it a more modern look by integrating the bumpers, adding some body colour in the bumpers and giving a more updated grille. So in general the whole appearance is a lot more modern, a lot more up-to-date, but still keeping the classical iconic look of the 4x4.
Comparing to the existing base model, there are the following change in the urban modification. Front and rear bumpers are completely changed. They became plastic and partially colored to match the body of the vehicle. The front bumper is combined with the new decorative radial grille. This grille is also expected to be used on the existing base model VAZ 21, 2014 and 3. This trim is designed by AvtoVAZ but will be outsourced to other manufacturers. The paintwork is done using Lada Priora lines. The body shell will be brought here after welding by special transport. The price of the model is expected to be between 415 and 435,000 rubles. Now let's have a look at what is included in the price tag. Straight away you can see the well-fitted color matched with the rest of the body bumpers. Beneath them there are metal beams in accordance with all safety rules and certification standards, for example rule number 12 of EECUN. The sample car we had is fitted with 16-inch wheels with domestic tires and decorative chrome plastic wheel caps. As far as I understood, they are just temporary. When mass-produced, the off-roader will be fitted with the cast wheel rims on the same size. But there is an intention to fit 195 tires on the original rims. The company which is responsible for manufacturing is already named. It's KIK. The bumpers are sturdier than they look and totally suitable for city driving. The material used are ABS plus polycarbonate and steel beam. The original towing eyes and brackets remain. With the new bumpers, the length of the car is reduced by 100 mm, so the parking on the curb in the city won't be a problem anymore. The Lada shape on the grille looks bigger and is more pronounced. Next noticeable difference in the new black side mirrors with aerodynamic shape. They are heated and electrically adjustable. Their corresponding switch is located on the central console. For The electric window mechanism are the scissors type made by firm DZS. By default they are more reliable and long life, because they consisted of only two parts. There is a separate fuse for them. One more of the exterior difference are the black door handles to match the radiator grille and the window trim, which is no more chrome-like on original Lada 4x4. The shape of rear wiper arm is changed as well, but it's more an aesthetic than an operational change, while the front wiper blades are bigger. The interior of the off-roader hasn't changed a lot at the first glance. What is immediately noticeable is the new three-composition seat upholstery from AvtoVAZ aggregate with bright stitching and the new central console. There you can find the Windows operating switch, the mirrors adjustment switch, two cup holders, ashtray, cigarette lighter, coin holder and three familiar levers: the transmission lever, the transfer box lever and the deflock lever. However, this is going to change very soon.
Есть большие претензии клиентов по шумам и вибрации раздаточной коробки, поэтому только в части именно урбана, я подчеркиваю, именно урбана, это как городское направление, да, предполагается исключить понижающую передачу в раздаточной коробке и перейти на электроблокировку дифференциала. Сейчас такие испытания проводятся. Вот что это даст? Ну, естественно, мы уберем два рычага из трех. Вот, там появятся заглушки, шумоизоляции, и таким образом удастся сократить уровень шума, который идет от трансмиссии салона.
As I said before, the Lada 4x4 Urban differs from the base model. From the 1st October 2014 there will be a frost air conditioning unit with the air compressor of spiral type, which is more reliable and less noisy, much smaller and more economic than piston type air compressor, which is currently used on all Lada models. The air conditioning installation is much improving the quality of the car for the consumers. First of all, the manufacturer insists that the air circulation system is now functioning properly. Due to improved construction and elimination of hot air section, the future will show if that's true. Second, the distribution of air currents is optimized. Now it's regulated in three directions. You can adjust in it all directions, including foot position, which corresponds to the middle position of the handle. It's also excludes the lever of lower air vents down near the driver's feet. Third, the temperature adjustment of the air conditioning will be done only with a thermostat located on the instrument cluster on the right of the steering wheel. Following the recommendations of specialists to increase reliability of steering and reduce workload on the bearing of the power steering pump, a separate air compressor belt is implemented. Among the changes in the cabin, there is a roof trim panel under the sun visors with interior light. The heated front seats will be offered as an option. The switch for them will be located on the instrument panel. This option will be available in the Lux edition of Lada 4x4 Urban. Lux edition will also include ABS, central locking and parking sensors. Steering wheel is smaller in diameter, 380 mm with 200 buttons on it. There are some changes which are not visual but nonetheless important, for example vibration and noise reducing insulation of the cabin. The material used is vibroplast and it's going to improve the whole experience of driving in the city. In the future, after implementing the electric remote operating, there are plans to switch to the gearbox lever of the VAZ 2123 model. The main technical characteristics of the Lada 4x4 Urban, such as the suspension, the transmission and the engine, are the same as the in-base model 2014. At the beginning of the production, there will be three approved color schemes, including original for the 4x4 enamel, but only one variant for the seats upholstery. The warranty of the city modification Lada 4x4 Urban will cover the same aspects as for the base model.